class now, key concepts of Azure pipelines. Okay. See, we are here. If you see, basically we are having two agents that we are using to run our Azure DevOps pipelines here. What is the two agents we are running here? See, first is Microsoft hosted agent and the second one is self-hosted agent. So what we are using is we are using Microsoft hosted agent most of the times. What it is doing, see, these agents are hosted and installed by Microsoft automatically. These agents are hosted and installed by Microsoft automatically. When we create a release or build pipeline, then a new VM, which is defined in our YAML file, is created for us, and this agent run on those VMs. Okay, and the basic task for this agent is to get the code from repository, build it, and process the task further. Okay, what it is doing? It is getting the code from repository. From which repository? From our Azure repository. Okay, then build it and process the task further. Who is doing all these things? Microsoft hosted agent is doing all these things. What is self-hosted agent? These are the agents which are hosted by us, means people like us will host the self-hosted agent, will create the self-hosted agent. If you want to have full control on our agent in pipeline, then we can use this self-hosted agent. Full control, okay, on our pipelines. And also this self-hosted agent we have to create it separately for every different language that what we are using for. Okay, so these two types of agent that Microsoft is giving an opportunity for us. In this, what we have done the builds yesterday, the builds we have done yesterday using Microsoft hosted agent only, using Microsoft hosted agent. Okay, next we are having approvals. What is this one? Approvals are set of validations which are required before a deployment can be performed. Approvals I have shown, right? Yes, day before yesterday, I believe, or before that, you can add a reviewer. And once he approves, then only you can do the full request completion. Correct, na? I have shown in day before yesterday class. Once you add a reviewer in your code, in your repo, okay, and if he is approving, fine, he can approve straightforward, he can approve with some suggestions, he can ask you to wait for some time, or he can reject the code if you have done something very wrong. So that is what approvals. Okay, deployments is basically a release pipeline, and these are some set of validations required before a deployment can be performed. See, once your pull request gets approved, then only you can proceed further for the deployments, buildings and deployment, code building and code deployment. That is what I'm talking about. Example, getting permission from someone in a team before the deployment or production. See, permissions from a team. It could be a team lead, it could be your technical architect, someone. As first we deploy the build, okay, in dev, then QA, and then staging at the last production. First, we'll do the build in the dev environment, then QA, then in the last, we'll go for the production. Production is that critical environment for our projects. This we have not done. The build, we have not done still in this dev, QA, and staging environments. We are coming here slowly. I'll show. Okay. So production is a critical environment for our project. So we cannot deploy any code on the production. And if we add some set of validations before deploying the code on production, and that validation is known as approval. And in the process of this approval, we need permission from specific person. That's very true. I have shown pull request, it has to be done. Then we are generating with artifact. What is artifact? Artifact is a collection of files or packages which are created by a build run. Whenever your build is completed, your build is succeeded, an artifact will be generated for your project. When we run a build pipeline, then there are some files which are created after running the build pipeline. Example, we have .NET Core application. Okay, and when we run this build pipeline on .NET Core application, then internally it's actually running a publish command. And when we run a publish command on .NET Core application, okay, example like, .NET Core application, we can use any other tools like Java, Python, etc. We are using what here? .NET. Then we get some files which are required for a release or to run that particular application. Hence, the collection of all those files which we get after running the publish command and .NET Core application, then that is called as what? Artifact. That is called as what? Artifact. Okay, I'll put it in a very simple words, guys. Whenever you are doing the build, okay, and once your build is completed, Okay, for your .NET Core applications, for your web applications, then the artifacts will be generated. That artifacts, okay, we can consider it as, getting the detailed information about our build, how it has been done, what frameworks we have taken, and what versions we have taken of our frameworks, and we have done this on top of which branch. Okay, what technology programming language we have taken, it carries all those informations. Okay guys, environments, we can deploy our web applications in multiple environments. Like, first we can deploy in dev environment, that is one server basically, then QA environment, then production environment, it depends. Okay, and even we can deploy our web applications on top of a app services also, not only on servers, we can even deploy on top of app services as well. Okay, fine. Job represents an execution of boundary of set of steps. All the steps run together on the same agent. Example, we might build two configurations. Okay, Windows 64-bit and 32-bit. Mostly no one is having 32-bit now these days. Every one of us is having 64-bit only. In this case, we have one build stage and two jobs. Job is 32-bit and one job is 64-bit. Most importantly, one job can run only by one agent at a time. So we are using Microsoft hosted agent now. So yesterday we have seen one job, right? If I come here to DevOps, if I say here dev.azure.com. Okay, we have went to the practice project. This is what they are talking about, this job. This job. Okay, this one. Okay, runtime, stage, trigger. Okay, all these are what, guys? Key components. Okay, wherein you will consider in the pipelines here. So what I'll do here, see now, creating build pipeline for ASP.NET Web application using classic editor instead of Azure Repos. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'll use classic editor, one of another approach, okay, instead of Azure Repos. So definitely my project is there in Azure Repos only, but at the time of designing my pipelines, I'll go for classic editor. Okay, see, here are the steps on a very high level. First, we'll create a .NET project in my laptop. Then we will build and run this project in my local laptop. We'll push this project in my Azure DevOps and open the Git bash where the .sln solution, where solution folder is present, and give the project or solution name as a Naresh MVC5 app. See guys, here I'm having one project. This is my MVC5 sample project. Okay, this is my project. So how I have generated this project using Visual Studio 2022. Visual Studio 2022, I have generated this project. Okay, you can also generate or get this project. If you want, I'll give you this project via Google Drive. Google Drive, I'll give you this complete folder. You can also go ahead and you can take this project. Else, if you're having a Visual Studio, if you have installed Visual Studio Enterprise version, then you can also generate this project. I'll just open this project here. I'll open the Visual Studio. Visual Studio 2022. I'll say here, open a project or a solution. I'll come here to E drive. I'll come here and I'll open this project. Okay. I'm opening the project here. Okay. This is my .NET project, web application basically. So what I'll do, where is this project right now? This project, it is my Visual Studio .NET framework, correct? First, I build this project. Why we are doing the build? To ensure that whether the project, everything is correct or not. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just say here, build the solution. Okay, build succeeded. See my cursor. Build is succeeded. Okay, zero failed, zero skipped, all is good. Build is succeeded. Now what I'll do, I'll run this project. If I run this project, it gives me the web application. What this project is having, what web application and all. Okay. So hold on here. This project is having this web application, which is getting to open. So it is running the web application. Hold on. This is something like a live web application only, guys. See here. This is some web application I have. Here, my home, about us, contact us. Okay. Kind of Naresh IT app that we have. Okay. This is web application. Okay. This web application is from this project. From this project. This web application is from this project. What I'll do now. Okay. I have built this project in my local laptop. I have build this project in my local laptop, okay, in Visual Studio framework, right? Then I run this project, okay, and found the project is up and running fine. And because of that only, okay, we are seeing the web application, this one. Now, this web application, what I'll do, I'll completely push to my DevOps. I'll completely push to my DevOps. Okay. That is what I'm saying here. Okay. We'll build and run this project in my local laptop. Okay. Where in local laptop? Where in Visual Studio? Visual Studio 2022. Fine. I have opened the project by clicking on the solution folder. We'll do the build CI, continuous integration of this project in Azure DevOps. We will do the CD of this project in Azure VM using Azure DevOps Pipelines. So right now the project is in my local laptop, in my local repo, and the project is up and running, and it is showing me the web application also. Fine. If when I'm running the project here in Visual Studio, if I'm not getting the website like this is a live website. Websites looks like this only, na guys? Correct, na? Website looks like this only. Correct or not? So if it is something wrong in the project code, in the project files and all, then this web application would not open something like this. You will get an error here, something page not found or something you will get. When you're getting the web application live, it means the project is up and running. Okay, very nice. What I'll do now, I'll stop the project. Okay. And I'll come to my DevOps now. Okay, this is my DevOps. Okay, here in this organization, I'm having permissions to run the CI/CD pipelines now. So I'll create one repo here. Okay, I'll just go to manage repository. Yesterday's project, Naresh practice project, this we have created now. I'll delete it. I won't keep, I'll delete it. Okay. I'm just deleting this one. If you don't want, you can keep it also, no problem. But I'm deleting it. Fine. And then what I'll do, this also I'll delete. I don't want to keep extra trash here, which makes me confused, which makes you confused. Okay. Multiple repositories, we can keep it, guys. Nothing wrong in that. Okay. And I'll create a new repository. Okay. I'll create a new repository here. Okay. I'll say here, I'll give the project name something, Naresh Web Project. Naresh Web Project. Click on create. Fine. I can give here furthermore good name, Nourish Web Project. See, renaming like this we can do. If you have created a repo, if you want to rename it, then what you have to do, you want to, sometime it happens in the projects. You have to come in a time where you have to rename it. In that case, what will you do? You will come here to manage repositories. This repo name you want to create now, rename it, right? So click on this three dot and say here rename. I'll say here Nourish Web Project, 6 p.m. Your batch name I'm giving. Okay, fine. I'll come to files. I'll come here to this repo. Fine. Now, what I'll do, I will come here and I will open the git bash. I'll open the git bash. First thing, I'll say git init. Okay. Then I'll say here git add. Then I'll say here git commit. Okay, these all commands you have to be remembered, guys. Okay. New web project. Okay. New MVC5 web project. I'll give like this. Okay. Then I'll say here git push set upstream followed with the repo URL. Okay. The master. So this complete project now, whatever I'm having, it got closed or what? This complete project now, whatever I'm having, okay, this complete folders, files, everything will come to my server repo now. Okay, will come to my server repo. I'll just come here and I will say hit enter. Is pushing the complete project to server repo. Okay, just hold on. 100% completed. Still give some time. Now it is done. Come here, take a refresh. The complete project came. Complete project came here. Fine. This is fine. Okay, step by step we are doing, guys. Now we get the project from our local repo to server repo. Okay, we have done the build in our local repo, right? In our local repo, local laptop, we have done the build and the build was successful. What I'll do even the build here also in Azure DevOps. Okay, I'll do the build even in Azure DevOps also. Okay, will we have pushed the complete project into Azure DevOps repo, and now we'll do the build of the project in Azure DevOps repo. Okay, fine. So I'll go to the pipelines. I'll say here new pipeline. See, yesterday we have done the build of some other project. This project. Okay. Now this time we are taking a different project. Okay. Yesterday we have taken what? Azure Repos Git. Okay. If you're not catching it up, if you're not catching, it's very normal, because when you see things new for the first time, it will take some time. So for this, the only solution is refer the video recordings and do the labs. Do the labs. Okay. I'll say here is the classic editor. Now here I am considering my repo because my project is in Azure Repo. My project is in Azure Repo. Fine. My project name is Practice Project. My repo here is what? Naresh Web Project. Naresh Web Project. This is the batch timing I have given. Naresh Web Project. And I'm running where on top of master branch. Obviously, every time we'll consider master branch only. Click on continue. Okay. And here, same. Yesterday we have taken ASP.NET Core. Remember, guys, yes or no? ASP.NET Core, .NET Framework. Say here apply. Okay. And see here now, as we have considered the second approach, we have considered today separately a different approach. Second approach, like we have taken the classic editor and all. So these are all the things it is going to, okay, execute for us. These are all the steps. Use NuGet 4.4, NuGet restore, build solution, test assemblies, publishing symbol path, and publish artifacts also. Okay, all this is being designed by our job, and our job is running by Microsoft hosted agent. Okay, this is not in our hand. We are not controlling this. What is there that we are doing? Basically, this project creation and whatever we have to here. When it comes to the building of the pipelines, okay, solution build in Azure DevOps, it will be with the DevOps, Microsoft hosted agent, and all the jobs what Microsoft has been designed. I'll simply say here, save, okay, and queue. I'll say here, build the web project. Building the web project. Okay, fine. Save and run. See what it will do now. It is doing the build. It is doing the build of my project. Many steps it will design Microsoft hosted agent, and it will run the build. Let us see whether the build will get succeeded. Build will get succeeded 100% because the build was succeeded here when we have done. When we have done the build here, it was succeeded. It is succeeded 100%. We got build succeeded. That's why we have pushed the project to DevOps, and then we are doing the build of the project here. Okay. So see all the steps it is designed and it is executing the steps one by one. Okay. It is executing the steps here one by one. Hold on. It is completely checking your project, whether your project all is fine or not. Like, coding files, configuration files, any syntax error, human error, or, configuration, what you have done, the connections. Okay. Every single thing about your project files, it is just building. Okay. Here it will do building and testing both. Okay. See, super. Everything is completed. So yesterday's we have some different steps. Some 4 or 5 steps were there in yesterday's project. And here we are having some different steps, maybe more than 10 steps, I believe. Okay. You have to install Visual Studio 2022, Masood Ali. Visual Studio 2022, you have to install. Okay, I have given the link, I believe, now. Long back I have shown this also. See, here also I have given. To download the Visual Studio in our laptop, use the link below. It's on page number 60. If you come here, okay, if you go to downloads here, see here you have to install Enterprise, this one. Don't take community and professional, don't take enterprise version. You will get a free trial for 3 months. Then after that, it will ask you to for payment. You don't do the payment. It will get retired. So 1 month or yeah, 1 month is sufficient for you to do the practice. So you have created the project. Then open the project in Visual Studio. Open the project in Visual Studio here. If you open the project in Visual Studio, you will get like this. Okay, all right. So now the build is completed for us. It is 100% successful. It is 100% successful, completed, finished. Now, what it indicates? It indicates that, okay, it indicates me that the CI means continuous integration. The CI, continuous integration, is ready and completed successfully. And now we can go for CD. We can go for continuous deployment. We can go for continuous deployment. If by any chance any error or any failure has happened here, then there is no point of going for CD. Correct, na guys? So everything gets succeeded here. That's why we can easily plan now, okay, in this one, our CD. Okay. Guys, Visual Studio 2022 Enterprise Edition, first you have to download. Then you have to click on create a project. You have to click on create a project. If you come here, I'll just close this for a while. I'll go here for Visual Studio 2022. Open like this Visual Studio in your laptops. Say here, create a new project. Okay, here you will get a lot of frameworks. Okay, so here you will get a lot of framework. You have to search ASP.NET web application. Like this, you have to search. And then here you will get a lot of framework like this. Okay, ASP.NET Core web application and all. Okay, C# you have to take. Okay, C# you have to take here. Select that and say here next. Okay, all the steps I have mentioned, guys, here. Read the material now. See, read the material now. Everything is there. See, open Visual Studio 2022 from Windows Start. Then click on create a new project. Then click on ASP.NET Web Application.NET Framework. Then click on next. Then fill the project name, location, where you want to keep it in your local laptop, in E drive, D drive. Solution name, let us give it as Naresh project, Naresh IT web project. Then framework, then click on create. Uncheck, then next step, uncheck configure for HTTPS. Okay. Then this you will find, this option you will find right side under advanced, then click on create a project. Then run this application by first by clicking on IS Express Fire, this one. IS Express Fire, I have done just now. Na? So if you see, read this material, complete step-by-step information is given here. Step-by-step information is given here. You have to first build the project in your Visual Studio, then you can run the project. Once it is run, then we can go here. Sir, with community version can perform all activities without any issue or our practice DevOps. A community version of DevOps Visual Studio you are talking about, Kumar? Pratik Shamrao. Is that clear? No, community version. No, take enterprise version only. Don't take community version. Download enterprise version only. Don't take community version. Okay, community version is not supporting, not having some libraries, and that libraries, if that libraries are missing, then your build in DevOps repo will get failed. In your DevOps platform, it will get failed. So take enterprise version only and follow the steps. Is that clear, guys? Fine. So once you build your project in your Visual Studio, then your build will get succeeded, and then you can see, I'm having a project already. That's why I'm just going here and I'm opening the project. Open a project or a solution. I'm taking this one. I'm opening this project. Okay, guys, is that clear? Now, this project is been built successfully. Now, when it is succeeded, Build is succeeded. What should be my next step? My next step should be the CD, continuous deployment. See, CD we have not started yet. We are doing CI only. Since yesterday, we are doing CI only. We are not done CD yet. We have done CI yesterday for one project, and today we are doing same CI only for another project. Okay, please keep that in mind. Okay, fine. So what I'll do next, follow these steps, guys. See, same what I have done just now. This I have done now. Git init I have done. Git add I have done. Then git commit I have done. Same step by step I have mentioned here in the material also. Git init, git add, git commit. All these things. All these things. Okay. See, these steps we have done now just now to do the build. This one, this one, this one. All this I have given the indications also. Source code, source of our code, wherever code was initially at this place. Here we can pick any source as mentioned. Okay, multiple, but our project present in Azure Repos. That's why we are considering here Azure Repos. This is our repository where our project is there. What is the repo name we have given here? The repo name is different. We have given the repo name as something Naresh web project 6 p.m. Something we have given the name for our repo. What is the repo name? Yeah, Naresh web project 6 p.m. Here the repo name is MVC5 app. Might be if you give some other repo name, you will get some other repo name. This is a destination where our code is pushed to, and our target repo is DevOps. Then we are running on top of the master branch. If you see the material, everything you will get, guys, step by step. Okay, post job checkout, finalized job task shows not perform in our build. Acha. Kumar, when you run the project in your local laptop in Visual Studio, is it showing you the web application? Something like this, how it is showing it to me? Is it showing web application like this? This is .NET web application. Is it showing you something like this? Like this black top here? Okay, if it is not showing, then it means you have not taken the correct project. You have not generated the correct project from your Visual Studio. Kumar, do one thing. Do one thing, Kumar. Okay, open your, which Visual Studio you have installed it? Enterprise only you have installed, or community you have installed? Which one you have installed? Tell me that first. This is the problem. This is the problem. I told don't see why you have installed community, Kumar. I told na yesterday, day before yesterday, right from the beginning. I'm telling you, go with enterprise version. Go with enterprise version. Okay, uninstall this one community and go with enterprise version. This is the link we are having here for Visual Studio. Yeah, no problem. Fine. So once all these steps we have done, guys, just now we have done all these steps and we have seen that the project build got succeeded. These are the steps we have seen. These are the steps we have seen when we are doing the build. Correct, na? NuGet 4.4.1, NuGet restore, build solution, all this. These are the steps which are available for build pipelines. Okay. If you want to define a variables and all, you can work on these tabs. Else simply we'll say a save and queue and we'll run our build pipeline. That is what we have done. And finally, we have seen that all these steps got succeeded here. All our steps got succeeded here. See, all these steps. See, prepared job, initialize job, checkout. Okay. Agent job, initialize job. Okay. Prepared job, checkout. Okay. News, use. Okay. NuGet 4.4.1. NuGet restore, build solution, test assemblies. Okay. 4.4.1. NuGet restore, build solution, test assemblies. Publish symbol path. Publish artifact. Same steps. Same steps. Steps which get succeeded after the build. Yes, yes, correct. Shahid, you are correct. Please, okay, I'll write it down here. I have told this 10 times. Still, I'll write it down. Please install Visual Studio Okay, 2022 enterprise version. Okay, don't install community version or other these type things. Enterprise version you have to install, and then you have to follow the steps what I have mentioned here in the material. You have to follow the steps what I have mentioned here in the material. It will take time, guys. You struggle. I know that you are going to struggle a little. No worries. But your struggling is your learning only. Okay. To generate a project, you have to follow these steps. Yeah, these steps. I have mentioned here from the downloading of the Visual Studio to generating the project and pushing the project to server repo. See, these are all the steps I have mentioned with screenshots also. If you read line by line, then you will get the things easily. Azure account. Mhm. This project only. Shahid, I was telling, I'll keep this project only if you guys want it. If you are not able to generate the project from Visual Studio, even by following with the steps also, then I'll keep this project in shared drive path. If you are not unable to generate a project with these steps, then I'll keep this project in shared drive path. Okay, I'll keep it. Yeah, I'll keep it. If you want, you generate the project or else you take the project directly. Okay, I'll just say here new folder. I'll say here .NET Web Project. Okay. Okay. I'll just keep this project itself. Okay. See, what you do, simply you go here. Okay. What you have to do, you click on these three dots. Okay. Or it is take, yeah. You click on these three dots on this one, MVC 5 app sample. Click on these three dots and say download. That's it. Finished. Okay. Take this one. Okay. Let me give you the access 1 minute to, download it. Let me give you all the access 1 minute. Okay. Access is there. Guys, everyone go ahead and download this project. Download this to be on safe side. And you can also generate from Visual Studio as well. Either you can generate from Visual Studio, your choice, or you can download it from this path. Page number 64. Okay. Post job checkout. Post job checkout is succeeded, na? See, see here, if it is not executing some of the steps, might be there is some change in the libraries that is happening from DevOps sites. Let it be, no problem. If we are getting the build succeeded here, that is fine, Kumar. That is fine. Okay. Is that clear? So this is what we have done CI. We have done CI here. Okay. Everyone downloaded the project, guys. Please install Visual Studio first properly.